Hi everyone and welcome to day 5 on the Advent calendar. Let's see what's behind the door. Ooh, what's this? Well, this is one of our first proper little botanical Christmas features in the calendar, and it is a Christmas cactus. Grab your paints and let's get started. So when someone said Christmas cactus to me, I thought that was going to be your classic cactus with Christmas decorations on it. I didn't realise it's actually a houseplant, and the reason it's called the Christmas cactus is it blooms in the winter, so it makes for a really nice gift. So we've got our pot, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to sort of draw in a few lines that are going to be our branches, just as a nice guide. And we're going to mix up some colours. So this green is actually pretty good. So we'll get a nice amount of it there. But we'll also get a little bit of this one. Although it is very minty, so I just want to knock it back a bit with a bit of brown. That's cool. Okay, lovely. And we'll also, because I like to get lots of different green tones at my disposal, we'll mix a green from yellow and blue. So we've got a nice deep green there as well. I like that. You can play around with all sorts of greens from mixing many colours in your palette. It's one of the most sort of regular colours that pops up from mixes. But that's really nice. And then we need some colours for the flowers. Well, the flowers are lovely pink tones, so Alizarin crimson will be great, but we'll also get a little bit of the red in as well, just ready to go. So it's always good to have your colours ready before you start something like this. Now, take my size 0 brush and I'm going to paint in, to begin with, some lovely flowers. So the flowers sort of burst open a bit like that. So we're just going to place in some in varying states of open. So I'm starting with a petal, sort of a little tapered line, and then just going back to the beginning there, back into the beginning, and then opening them out like that. Now, I wonder if any of you have a Christmas cactus or are familiar with the term. Do let me know in the comments. I'd love to find out if any of you have actually got one of these, because I've never seen one in the flesh. So we're going to place in our flowers, and some can be in sort of differing stages of opening. And then we will get our leaves in once those have dried. Okay, so now we're going to paint in the cactus plant. So as you can see, it's made up in sort of stages of these little shapes that form a cactus branch. And so I'm just going to sort of start to fill those in slowly, and soon we'll be slightly limited for space, and it'll sort of dictate how the rest of the piece goes. But we can also add in some that don't have a flower on the end. And then soon I'm going to add in some other colours to get a few of like the spiky bits on the cactus. So I'm now taking a darker colour and just sending it up the middle of some of these, or just adding a little bit more detail. So I've got two greens to choose from. Lovely. And then what I thought would be nice, as it is Christmas after all, we'd do a little bow. Maybe it's a present for somebody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Alizarin Crimson as the bow colour. So I'm going to just paint a sort of series of tapered lines that go in and out, and then tapered lines on the top, tapered line down the side. It's rather like the bows on the Advent calendar, if you're wondering what I'm aiming for. Of course, we've got the bow round the pot in the background. Okay, we'll let that dry and then we'll come back for last little bits of detail. I'm going to add a tiny weeny bit of blue into my Alizarin Crimson just to make it a little deeper, slightly different colour. And I'm going to use it to just sort of add a little bit of extra colour to the flowers. And also a nice little outline to the ribbon. And the pot that's sort of still there underneath it all, I think what we can do is just take a little bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of blue to make it just a very faint grey. And just paint in the gaps there. And there we have got a lovely Christmas cactus.